This episode of the Patriots Postgame Show is presented by DraftKings.
This is the Patriots Postgame Show presented by DraftKings.
First down,
touchdown.
Dive to the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots.
Join the conversation by calling into the TPX hotline at 855-PATS-500 or email the show at podcast@patriots.com.
Hand off to Stevenson. Runs left big hole across the 40. Cuts left at the 45. And steamrolls the defender there.
Live from our studios inside Gillette Stadium, here's Matt Smith.
And we welcome you into our studios here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, where you saw it, you witnessed it, a final. The New England Patriots beat the New York Jets today, Paul, 25-22. Mike Dussault, I want to give him a little tip of the cap. In our pregame show, said any given Sunday. Today was Sunday.
I was going to give you a tip of the cap.
Well, I said compete, and they competed, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
They competed.
All we asked for was a little pushback.
Correct.
And they gave us some pushback today.
And they won.
Yep.
So
and they absolutely deserved to win. I thought they were going to lose, but they absolutely deserved to win. You make the amount of mistakes the Jets made today, you don't deserve to win a game. They came with absolutely no intensity, and the Patriots, for 60 minutes, I thought, played with heart and toughness. I think they responded to their coach's challenge.
You know what, Paul, at the beginning of the year, I think we all asked, we weren't asking for a lot, but we wanted a team that was spunky. We wanted a team that showed some grit. May takes him down the field. They score. He gets concussed and he goes out. That's adversity right there. Your starting quarterback, who's really gotten things going for this team, goes out. What do you hang your hat on? You got to give Jacoby Brissett some credit, man. He hung in there.
Today.
He hung in there.
But, yeah, I mean, the Jets, to me, are the story of the game. But the Patriots did everything that they had to do to win the game. They did just enough. They get a 62-yard punt return to set up a touchdown. They get a 35-yard play in a 2-minute drill to set up another touchdown. And you did just enough defensively to force some field goals in some situations, and the Jets missed them all. Two missed extra points, a missed field goal, a snap to nobody, which you don't see every day.
Right.
A snap under center with nobody under center.
Delay a game going
Two delay a game calls. That's all for another time. The Jets season is officially over. And the Patriots, I think that the key to the Patriots today, the key takeaway for me is the coach called them out and they responded with some competitiveness today.
100%.
That's my key takeaway today.
I'm in concert with you on that. We asked at the beginning of the day, well, can you compete? Show some pride, I think, is what you said in the pregame show.
And they did.
And I think
it was across the board.
Yeah.
It wasn't perfect. There was a lot of ugliness in the game, but I thought that they showed some pride, and I thought that was the key. The key difference between today and a lot of the other games.
Yeah, and look, there was drops galore. It was maddening sometimes, the run defense where you saw Hall get untouched for 6 or 7 yards. But you know what? They didn't run all over him. And the defense showed when they needed to, and they made some plays. I got to tell you, a guy that I don't know how much he's going to show up on the stat sheet, Paul. Of course, everybody's going to point to the punt return. Marcus Jones competes,
Tough day for him.
No, but I think he competes. He gives away a lot physically, and I think he plays hard.
Yeah, I think they all played. Like today, I didn't see any evidence of anybody today wearing a Patriots uniform that wasn't there. Wasn't there to play, to stick his nose in, make a tackle, shed a block. They used a lot of multiple linemen. Right down to the last play, the game-winning touchdown. They have two eligible linemen in the game. And they squeaked it in. It was not like one of these pretty, finesse performances where, everything was working. Like you said, they dropped a couple of passes. Just a lot of just hard work, strap it on. I don't know, where he gets it. This is close, man.
Boy,
I was worried. I got to tell you.
I haven't seen a look yet that's definitive.
I saw a look that everything I saw, I couldn't see the ball.
Correct.
I couldn't see, so I was like, they got to go with it. And then I saw the last one, and it might be this look right here. Watch, the Stevenson's got the red gloves, and you're going to see a red glove down at the goal line right there, and the ball's behind it. And I went, uh-oh.
Right.
I went, uh-oh.
Yeah.
But thankfully, they did not overturn it because the team that deserved to win that game won the game.
Right, and I thought it was a decent...
And I know that's not the way it's supposed to be
No.
in terms of the calls.
Right.
But this was a just result.
Well, I think if that had happened and the Jets had won off of something like that, they would have been holding their breath going, boy, we got away with one today, you know? I like the 2-point call. What'd you think of the 2-point call? It was a well-designed play.
I didn't even see it, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
Game was over.
Little play-action fake, and they went to Stevenson in the
they didn't get to lay a game?
They did not take a delay game.
Good for Jacoby Brissett.
They did not take a delay
Good for Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, 855-PATS-500 is our number if you want to talk to us. A lot to talk about in this game. Do we wait for Michael?
No, we can.
Let's go to the good, the bad, and the injured then, please.
Sure, we can start
Now it's time for the good,
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
the bad,
Hey, what happened?
and the injured.
You are a gay!
All right, I'll let you lead it off. Who is on the nice list as opposed to the naughty list that you want to kick off?
So my number one guy on the good list today, I'm going to surprise you a little bit. Jacoby Brissett. I thought he came off the bench, and I didn't think that he was the reason why any of their drives that didn't result in points were the reason that they didn't get points. I thought he consistently faced some difficult situations. They had their go-ahead field goal drive in the fourth quarter. He had multiple third down conversions on that. He did a good job. They had a 3rd and 11, I want to say, on the final drive that he scrambles for a first down. Nothing. 15 for 24 for 132 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. It's not about the stat line.
No.
It's about our theme of the day that we're going to make people sick about because we'd said it for 2 hours in the pregame. It's about professionalism, pride, compete. Jacoby Brissett was ready to play when he came in the game. He deserved better statistically.
No question.
I thought he put a number of passes in situations that should have been caught and did not get a lot of help from his teammates. But he's my number one on the good list today.
12-play, 70-yard drive, I think it was, Paul, at the end of the game to get the lead for him. And on the third down conversion to Booty, I'm looking at the TV copy, so I'm just seeing the replay on that. Brissett threw that before Booty broke. He knew exactly where the ball was supposed to go in the area of the field was supposed to go. Booty broke, and he went underneath and cradled it, and it was a really, really nice play where you've had, if you're a Patriots fan today, anytime the ball was going to a wide receiver, you didn't know what the result was going to be.
No.
That was a great throw, and it was a good catch by Booty.
No, I agree. It was a big play, and that's probably what they needed. I don't think they were going to do it 8, 10, 12 yards at a time. I don't think that the Jets were going to let them do it that way. They needed to make a chunk play, and that was huge. That was a huge chunk play, and I'll give Booty a little credit for responding because not a good day for him.
No.
But when he had to have it, he had it, and that turned out to be a big difference.
You want to continue on your list?
Why don't you? You don't have one?
No, I do. Interesting. Brissett was on my list for sure, but Drake May was on my list. When he played, I thought Drake May was terrific.
I thought he ran the ball really well today. He had 3 scrambles that were responsible for the touchdown.
The offense looks different with him in behind, running it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we just didn't get a chance to see it.
Exactly.
He had 3 drives, 2 were 3 and out, and 1 was a touchdown. But when he's running the ball, that's an element that they just don't have. I'm trying. Like I was saying to Evan and Mike during the game, I'm just trying to get used to it. I'm not used to having a quarterback that runs like this. But yeah, he was on the top of my good list, and unfortunately
Brissett
we didn't get a
overtook him.
chance. No, I'm just saying I just write them down as they happen during the game. I had May's scrambles today, and I would say, he had three for 46 yards, including a touchdown, 18-yard touchdown, and 17-yard touchdown, I guess. I thought he did a great job of sort of taking advantage of the lack of discipline with the Jets pass rush, and those were some big plays.
All right, Paul. The post-game player interview is presented by Microsoft Surface, and on the line right now, we are pleased to be joined by Patriots linebacker Christian Elliss. Christian, this is Matt Smith along with Paul Perillo. Congratulations on the win today, Christian.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys having me.
Well, I want to let's go first. What was it like in the locker room? Tell me what that was like after the win. You guys battled today. It wasn't perfect.
Yes, sir.
Wasn't pretty the whole time, but you guys really hung tough. Tell me what it was like when you knew that you had the win secured and you got in the locker room.
It was electric. We have put in so much work so much time away from family, friends, that it's just good to get a win. You know, we started off this year with a win. It's about time that we got another one. You know, through the ups and downs, the adversity that we go through, you know, God's blessed us with another one, so I appreciate it.
Christian, I know you're probably sick of, listening to the questions that we're asking about, what Jerod Mayo said after the game, but it looked like to me, and Matt and I were talking about it in the open here, you guys really responded to that, to that challenge. There was nobody on the field that could be accused of being soft today. I know that you guys took it personal. Was that the message, especially on defense for you guys?
Yeah, no, Mayo challenges us every day. He's an amazing head coach, especially being a former player. He just knows the ins and outs of it. So we took it upon ourselves to work harder in the practice week, work harder, and be more disciplined, with our game plan. So it all worked out in the end, but, Mayo definitely is the tone setter for this team.
Well, I want to talk to you about it, and we're watching it now a little bit on the replay here. I want to talk to you about your sack where you had a little delay rush going in. I think Hall would have liked to have maybe gotten a little bit more of you when you came in on the play. But what's it like? Yeah. What are your eyes looking like when you see future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers dead to rights in front of you?
Honestly, it happened so fast. Like it just became complete reaction. I wasn't even thinking about any of that, where I was on the field, what was happening. It was just about me getting the guy, getting him down. So it wasn't about who it was. It wasn't about anything like that. It was more about let's just get this play going, to stop them.
With the run defense in particular today, Christian, looked like you guys, there were times that they got you on the edges a little bit early. Then you guys settled that down, and really, I thought, the production for the Jets really dropped as the game was going on. Did you guys make an adjustment to some of that stuff they were doing wide earlier in the game?
Yeah, no, it came down to really technique. We had our plan going into the game. And we didn't really need to do anything different. There's a few minor adjustments here and there, but it came down to technique, following your eyes, following your keys, and just making the play when it comes to you.
Christian, you guys have a young team with a lot of different players from a lot of different backgrounds. Guys have had to fill in when people are injured. What's a win like this do to help your confidence? Like you were saying, you put in the work during the week. You want to see results. So today you got the results. What does that do for a team's confidence?
Yeah, no, it does everything. I think first and foremost, like it comes down to who we play for. I play for God, my family, and then the team I'm playing for. So it really just helps, like the unity of the team, the unity of the locker room, and then going forward, it'll just help us, keep everything together and keep moving.
Christian, a big thank you for taking the time to join us today. Congratulations on a really good team win. Best of luck going forward. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Congrats, Christian.
Great. And a big thank you to our partner, Microsoft Surface, the official sideline technology provider and laptop of the NFL and the New England Patriots, that provides players and coaches with the tools to succeed both on and off the field. Check out the new Surface Pro, designed to keep up with you as the most flexible, most powerful 2-in-1 laptop and tablet out there at surface.com. That's a nice win for the Patriots today, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, anybody that had any doubts, heading in, is he calling me soft? Is he calling you soft? There are no concerns about any of that today. They brought their hard hats and they earned it. And like I said, I said to Fred during the course of the game, there's no way the Jets deserve to win this game. The Patriots are definitely doing more to win the game here than the Jets are. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't think they were going to win it. To be honest, even right down to the last play, I wasn't sure they were going to get in. But they deserve to win the game because they played better than the Jets for the vast majority of the 60 minutes.
Bosby and Fred joins us now as we recap a Patriots 25-22 win over the Jets. What are your thoughts, Fred?
I'm proud. I'm proud of them. I am. I'm proud of the response. They didn't come out soft. This was not a soft team today. So I loved it.
He's proud.
I love it. I'm proud of them.
That way, Fred.
Yep.
I'm with you, Fred.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Hey, look.
How can you not be? What the hell?
100%, yeah.
I mean, they're not going anywhere this season, but
Correct.
Let's get a win, and why not be over the Jets?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, you officially ended the Jets season.
Right.
That's something to be proud of.
There you go.
Right?
Sure. Love it.
We're in the We're in the midst of still Paul's good, bad, and injured list.
So,
how many more goods do you have?
I have a lot. I had Christian Elliss on my good list today. He had one, play I'm sure he'd like to have back with a pass interference in the first quarter. But I thought he was really active in the game. We had his stats up as we were playing. We just spoke with Christian Elliss, Fred. 9 tackles, 3 solos, and a big sack on third down, which, created a field goal. And the way that Greg Zuerlein's kicked this year, that's
coin flip.
That's a big play to keep 7 off the board. And that ultimately was the difference in the game, was the 5 points that the Jets left on the field with a missed field goal and 2 missed extra points. That's the difference in the game. Christian Elliss was responsible for one of those missed field goals. I thought he was really active around the line of scrimmage.
He's a high motor
in
guy.
the run game. Yeah. So I had him on my good list.
Listen, I mean, you go into this game, the defense is already hurting. Then you don't have Duggar. You don't have Aquali. You don't have who was the third guy out today? I forget.
Jonathan Jones didn't play today.
Jonathan Jones.
He played. Jonathan Jones played.
Yeah, he played.
Oh, did he? I didn't see him.
I know that you were missing 3 guys on defense. You're completely undermanned. And yet, I know the Jets' offense has been stinking lately. But they've been stinking against better defenses. And you figured, they'll get right against the Patriots. But they didn't. The Patriots played hard the whole way through, 60 minutes.
So I thought the better thing, the Jets' defense, I think, is pretty good. And the Patriots went down the field twice in the fourth quarter on them.
With Brissett. With Brissett. I know this is about the Patriots and not about the Jets, but here's one for a couple of sage scribes like yourself. Have you ever seen a team empty the bucket in the first quarter with their timeouts?
Yeah. They had used them all 3.
When you have 2 bad teams playing? When there are 4 timeouts called in the first quarter of an NFL game.
Never seen that before.
And, you never see that. But with the way Rodgers has been this year.
He's done it every game.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Every game. They break the huddle with 11 seconds left. He
throws mini tantrums with his sideline every game.
Absolutely.
He's moving guys around, the other thing.
He needs to show the world that
it's cool.
It's them, not me.
in charge.
Just so you know, I'm not nervous right now.
Right.
I'm very much calm and cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You're probably going to hear
and
some
then they had that
injury
big
talk.
delay of the game at the end of the
right.
On the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Inexcusable for a veteran quarterback to do that. Inexcusable. All right, Paul. I'm going to say it. You're going to mock me of it.
Why do you always preface all your goods with saying that
because I
I'm
know
going to mock
how
them?
you are. And I was going to add Marcus Jones to my good list again.
For the punt return.
No, I think he competed on defense.
Yeah.
He's not
that's
perfect.
but that's not the.
And he's and it's a mismatch with
That's
him
not a
against
job
Garrett Wilson.
requirement.
Well, before today's game, it was a job requirement. They didn't compete last week.
Yeah, and I don't think. The guy who was covering dominated him.
He's good.
He dominated.
It was a mismatch.
It was, and I thought he played tough.
So I gave him. I think he won the game, to be honest with you, because I don't think if he has that punt, if he doesn't have that punt return, I don't think the Patriots probably don't score any points in the second half.
Yeah.
I think that set the stage for them believing that they could win the game.
Yeah.
I had him on my good list for the 62-yard punt return, which, by the way, was all Marcus Jones.
Yeah,
Correct.
He tiptoed down
Tipped down the sideline. As you see it
I
here.
think
Nice
he's.
job, Chris Judge.
And I've said this a million times. I think he's the most dynamic returner in the league.
In the league. Paul Perillo.
I think he's
Marcus Jones.
I think he's electric with the football. Wow. I continue to say I would put him on offense too. I don't think he's a great defensive back. I would put him on offense.
Well, the way the guys weren't catching the ball today.
I would put the ball in his hands and see if he can do that for you once a game.
Put a package together for him, right?
I had him on my good list. He's also going to appear later in the show. But I did have him on my good list for the punt return.
Deuce joins us now. Deuce, initial reaction after the Patriots' 25-22 win.
Well, I was dealing with computer problems when this was all going down. So I'm literally like, did they just win the game? I had no idea. No, I was trying to pay attention there at that. But, I mean, what a remarkable win. Didn't expect them to be able to do that. Just felt like, all right, here they comes. They're not going to be able to mount a counter punch after the Jets took that late lead. But credit to Jacoby Brissett. Thought he hung in there, made some throws at the end. I mean, they grinded it out. I mean, they got it by maybe the width of a hair was how much they scored that touchdown. That's how close it was.
I think they might have gotten it by too many guys were in the way for them to see it.
Yeah, it was. I
mean,
mean,
I'm not sure he was in.
They didn't have a great look. Deuce, I gave you a tip of the cap.
Yeah.
Any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday.
You said any given Sunday in the pregame show.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just made enough plays, and there wasn't. There were still a lot of the same problems and issues, I thought, at times throughout.
It's incredible how inept the Jets are right now, though. It really is. I mean, I had never thought the Patriots were going to win this game going in.
Correct.
But the Jets did everything in their power to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not that I'm still not proud of the guys. I am. But man, the Jets are a mess.
Well,
what a mess.
We did say, Paul, Fred in the pregame show, and I think we were talking about path to victory. I think for the Patriots, a Patriots path to victory has to include the opponent being a co-conspirator. You need some help from them.
But I'll bet you that included turnovers, right?
Correct. We didn't say utter mismanagement.
I mean, they weren't
turnovers by idiocy.
Right. They weren't turnovers
I know
in the traditional sense, but
they gave you stuff.
Missing field goals,
Yeah.
Missing chip shots,
Oh, yeah.
missing extra points.
Those are
getting delay of games on extra points. Those are those are points.
Yeah.
Those are point costing mistakes.
Dumb plays.
That it wasn't turnovers, because I actually said that for the Patriots to win, they would have to be +2 in turnovers, and there were no turnovers in the game.
Yeah.
The Jets tried.
No.
I mean, they snapped the ball when there was no quarterback there once.
Yeah.
But they ended up recovering it.
I think he thought Rodgers was behind him.
I know.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, technically, they did not turn the ball
I know
over.
Rodgers can be gentle, but I didn't know he was that gentle.
But what they did was akin to turning the ball over.
No
I
question.
thought.
Yeah. Finish with your goods, Paul. Please.
Good.
Well, you started with Henry, I hope, right?
Hunter Henry, I have not gotten to yet, but Hunter Henry, I think, is worthy of being on the good list.
Worthy of being good. I think he was stellar.
He had 5 catches for 45 yards.
Yeah, but they were all big catches.
The only dependable receiver in the field today for the
Absolutely.
Patriots.
Okay. Oh, I had Hunter Henry on my good list. I'm
Good,
not going to argue how good it was. I'm just going to say I had Hunter Henry on my good list.
Nobody's calling him Gronk, but he played well today.
Big Fred is.
No, he isn't.
Sort of sounds it.
No, he isn't.
No, I had him, but I think it's I got 2 checks. I got 2 checks for him. I think third down catches, but yeah, I mean it's not a lot of offensive output today, but he's one of their key guys in some key moments. You're seeing that play right there with the 3rd and 11.
Another first down.
That was a big one.
I had him on my good list, Fred.
Paul had Ellis on his good list. Am I wrong to have Keon White on my good list today? Did we see the good Keon White today?
Well, I like that he held up and didn't get a pass, roughing the passer penalty there. I thought we saw a little bit of growth there from Keon on one play, but I got to be honest, I didn't really notice him a lot today.
Okay.
I didn't notice him.
I mean, he had a couple good plays.
That doesn't mean he played bad.
No.
I thought he was pretty. I
just didn't. He didn't show. I didn't like. He didn't stand out to me. He had pressure on a play where he grabbed Rodgers by the ankle.
I think the defense as a whole.
He got knocked down and reached out and grabbed him by the ankle.
The defense as a whole, except for the mismatches, which they had, played well.
The defense competed today.
They competed.
Right.
They had the PIs. People were like, "Oh, that doesn't count." Yes, it does. It counts for bad plays when you have a interference call. That's a bad play by the defense. So I count those.
But they were
mismatched.
And they also came up in a couple of spots that they looked like they were sort of teetering, including the very first possession of the game where Gibson returns the punt inside the 40. They force a 3 and out.
Yeah.
So I thought the defense competed today.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Was the second punt blocked? I saw the ref.
There was a deflected punt.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. It only went 30 yards.
Right. Their punt coverage team still
stinks.
We'll be talking about them.
Yeah, they'll come up later.
All right. So,
I have another good. My first good was Brissett, Mike. But I thought the pass protection today held up.
Yeah.
Good point.
Me too.
So
good point.
I think those 5 guys. They couldn't run the ball a lick, but I thought those 5 guys. I thought it was also odd. The Jets really seemed to deviate from their game plan from the first time, and I wonder if that's about Drake May and his mobility. They didn't really come after him the way they came after Brissett in that first game, and it might be because of his ability to extend plays and whatnot. But I thought the pass protection was good today.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it held up.
Well, on TV, Nance and Romo were talking about an undisciplined Jets pass rush on a couple of those May scrambles.
Romo.
You're not being sarcastic, right?
I am being sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't watch the TV.
It was Spiro Agnew, right?
Yes, it was.
I had no idea who did the game, and I was like, they didn't put Nance and Romo in this game, did they?
No.
Yeah. They had no mention of May and the concussion and going to the blue tent or anything like that, I think, until Jerod Mayo said at halftime that he was out for the game.
Well, they mentioned he went to the locker room.
Right.
Yeah.
Late.
Yeah. Let's pray for Drake.
Yeah.
Pray for May.
Mike, any other goods? We've
sure.
had Drake. We've had Marcus Jones. We've had Keon White. Paul disagrees. He forced a fumble that was recovered by the Jets.
I didn't disagree.
Okay.
They disagreed.
All right, I think you did.
I said I didn't notice him. I said nothing.
yeah.
He did have a forced fumble.
Then he's not on your good list.
Oh, no, I didn't have him on my good list, but I didn't disagree that he had him on his good list.
Yeah.
Well, if he has him, how can you disagree?
Mockery and derision, Paul.
I literally said nothing.
Yeah.
Every time he has a good, he says, I know Paul will disagree with this.
That's right.
I don't know what I did.
Michael, do you have anything to add?
No, I think you guys pretty much covered it. I'm glad we mentioned the pass protection, though. I think that's
a good one by
something
Paul.
worthy of a little bit more of a deep dive going forward. But I just thought it wasn't the initial pressure. It wasn't the quick pressure. You saw at least
there were no runaway guys.
Right, there were no runaway guys.
Thursday night when they played.
Not the guys right up the B gaps, all that stuff they talked about. I thought he had at least initial chance. Sometimes those other plays, it closed in, but he at least had the initial chance, I thought.
And having said that, your boy Williams is a beast. That's a mismatch of epic proportions, and I thought the kid
split
Brown
a double team once.
Right, that kid Brown hung in there though,
Yeah.
because it wasn't an all-out jailbreak.
No,
times.
I thought that one throw Brissett had to Booty, late in the down on that last drive of just
he got stuck on that
stepped
play.
up, and great play, nice adjustment by Booty. I can't put Booty on the up list based on the drops and everything, but. He's one of those samples of a player who makes a couple plays in clutch time, and I think that is worth a mention, but not a spot on the good.
Which might lead us
to up later too.
Right, I was going to say which might lead us to our bad list. And rather than go through all the individual wide receivers, do you just want to bucket them and say wide receiver drops?
Yeah, I think that's a perfect way. That's exactly how I was kind of planning on teeing it up, not to kill everybody, but Bourne, Booty, Thornton. We were doing the what if those had been caught game with Drake wouldn't have gotten concussed. That's the games you're all playing. But I just thought all of those guys had some bad drops today, and you can't have that when you're trying to help your quarterbacks out when it's so hard to make these kind of plays. That one to Thornton right there, they're showing. That's unfortunately that's just Thornton. As soon as there's some contact and having to adjust in the air, it's really hard for him. That's not his game. He needs to be open. I was frustrated by a couple of those drops.
So as bad as I think the wide receiver group was as a whole today, can we then go a little positive? Thornton came back on that touchdown drive and got a big first down where I'm not even sure he usually catches the ball there. Made a guy miss or a guy whiffed, however you want to say it. That was a big play. And Booty, for all of his struggles, somebody, he got that ball when he needed to get the ball. So good for them for not going in the tank. Yeah. The one other thing I wanted to mention that you were saying, it's tough when they have these drops when they're talking the whole week.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's why I separated. That's why I separate Booty.
If they could get as open on the field as their mouth is during the week, that'd be great.
Like Thornton failed to hold on to one pass deep down the field that was not an easy play. I think he should have caught it. Yes. I think it's a flat drop. Bourne had a crosser that I think was a flat drop. One play. Booty had multiple drops in a week that he complained about not getting the ball enough.
Right.
I think that's different.
Yeah.
Now, as you guys said, with the game on the line, he made the play.
He made the play.
Now, Brissett made the play, to me.
Yeah.
But Booty was able to make that catch, and that sets up the game-winning touchdown. So all is forgiven, I guess. But
I actually think I think the ball might have crossed the plane as his knee went down. I think that might have been a touchdown, the one where they called him down at the 1. But anyway.
Yeah. That seemed to be clearly he was down, but that's why two people see things a little bit differently. That's the drop there by who is that? That's KB again?
Bourne, yeah.
Yeah, this one to me is different.
That one's a crosser.
Yeah. The crosser there that he had that would have been a first down on the third down, I didn't want to say it was early in the second half. That ball's got to be caught.
Yeah.
The one where the guy coming right at him.
It's right here.
There were three clear drops, and you just can't have that for the Patriots.
Well, there's more than 3.
Right. I don't want
to. Booty had 3 alone.
Yeah. I don't want to.
And Bourne had 2, and Thornton had 1.
I don't want to make excuses for these guys. Is there a shadow issue on the field at Gillette Stadium?
Possibly.
But
this
one
is
to
early
me, that's
on
a tough. No shadows.
That's a tough play. Thornton's got to make that catch.
He does.
He's got to make that catch.
It hit him right in the chest.
But it's not an easy play. He's getting, as Mike I thought explained it really well with it, fighting through contact in the air, sort of adjusting, but
the ball,
got to make
the hands
the catch.
need to be out here.
I agree, Freddie.
Not like this.
I totally agree, Freddie. If he lets this ball gets to his chest,
and
let me just tell you something else. I know it's only been 3 games, not even. That was the best throw that Jake May's made. That was sick. Yeah. When he was rolling out and I saw where he was throwing with the ball, I thought,
Me too.
that's going to get picked.
Yep.
because usually the guy has time when the ball's going to be in the air that long. But his arm is so strong, he gets it there before the guy. It was Jalen Mills. But, I mean, that's just a drop.
That's alligator arms right there.
That's, Fred, what do you call them?
Lobster
Fred
arms.
calls them lobster arms.
Why lobster?
Because he just likes to screw
New England?
it up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You ever try to catch a ball with claws? You can't do it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all in agreement that the wide receiver
This one,
unit
this
had
is
a tough
Bourne's,
day.
right? No. Yeah, that's a bad drop.
Yeah.
That's a really bad drop.
Where else do you want to go in the bad list, Michael?
I want to talk about just the punt team out of the gate. I just thought 2 bad punts to start the game. Not good. 40-yard return, and then I think it was a net 24, the 30-yard punt.
That's becoming a problem.
Net 24 yards. I mean, just right out of the gate. And you talk all week about wanting to come out, not to be soft, cover kicks, something a tough team does, and I just thought the special teams out of the gate with the punt team dropped the ball with those 2 returns. Credit to the defense. Come out of the field the first possession. They're on their side of the field already.
Yep. 3 and out from the 40-yard line.
So good for them. I thought in situationally they came through with some big stops, some red zone stops. So credit to them for preventing the bleeding on those, but just not good. Not good from the punt team out of the gate.
On my list as well, Paul, I assume, across the board, the punt coverage team.
Yeah. Yep. Not good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't know that the punter's helping him out any on these two. Like a couple of these returns right down the middle of the field, you know? And he does a really good job a lot of times in angling the ball.
I mean, that's inside the numbers right there. That's not bad. But the special teams have been really, really spotty to me.
Yeah.
Really spotty.
I'm getting more. I mean, you've been more concerned about it than I am, but each week my concerns are rising with these guys, and it's just not consistent, and it's unfortunate because you can be average and okay, but
that play right there just looks like a routine play. That's bad coverage there.
Right.
On that last one that that was out of the end zone. That was that was a routine punt. Get out and cover it. He sets. I mean, Gibson's a pretty good punt returner. He sets up his blocking pretty well, and he made a nice play. We got a good look at that. But right here, he cuts back inside those 2 guys. It's like a 15-yard. It just looks like pedestrian. But all of a sudden, they're taking over on your side of the field. You got to cover them better than that.
Schooler sick. Maybe an excuse there that your best special teams and coverage player maybe a little under the weather.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Why not? We're grasping. I mean, it's sick or not, it's starting to look kind of like this every week. So that to me is the bigger problem.
Yeah. Paul, continue on your list, please, sir.
So as I do this, I'm gonna say that I probably should have put this guy on my good list first. And I thought Gonzalez was much better in this game today on Devontae Adams. Again, not perfect, but good player. Covering a good player. The other guy's going to make some plays too.
Yeah.
I thought Gonzalez was much better in this game today. Marcus Jones was overmatched.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson was in the clear every time Rodgers threw the ball to him.
Yeah.
And what did he end up with?
He had over 100.
5 for 113.
Yep.
Couple of passes that Wilson caught too, and he stumbled as he was catching them, or I think they could have been really big plays.
Yep.
He was overmatched.
Yeah. I understand he's not big enough to handle some of the bigger receivers, but I thought he would be shifty enough to stick with receivers, and he wasn't today.
No.
Well, he was there, but he just can't. He can't come up with the play.
Yeah, I don't think he was there.
Yeah.
I don't think the catches that Garrett Wilson made today were not catches that 90% of the receivers in the league would make.
No. I thought.
Look at Justin.
I think it was the drive of the missed field goal. They switched it and they doubled. Wilson.
They bracketed him.
Yeah. And that was they got off the field with that one. But I just thought that was.
But that's 3rd and 8 from the 15-yard line. So you got the condensed space and you can do some different things. That was the Ellis sack.
Yeah. Yep.
And Matt and I talked to Christian earlier.
Oh, you did? You guys you did a call without me.
We did. We did a chin wag.
Good.
We did a little chin wag with Christian Elliss.
They asked him to wait for Mike, and he's like, "Who?"
I thought Paul was going to who are you exactly? Did you play today in the game?
Oh, I thought he was. No BS. I thought he was really good today. I asked Fred. I was chirping with Fred the whole game. I go, that's another play for Ellis. Another play for Ellis.
Deuce, player comes in on the phone. We can't wait around for that. We got to take the phone call.
No, I know how much Paul enjoys it, so that's
I do hate me some player interviews, but I thought he was a really good guy today to get for that interview because I thought he had a strong game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strong to quite strong.
You mentioned correctly the offensive line as far as the pass game is concerned. I have in the bad list the Patriots running game, where I really don't think they struggled, you know? A couple second efforts by Stevenson, you know, got him 3 when there was not much there, or 2 when there was not much there.
20 for 48.
Yeah.
No, and a lot of hits in the backfield.
Too many runs for losses, you know? That was tough. That was tough to watch because you
And
just
Gibson,
realized
5 for 6. Oof. 25 carries for 54 yards.
He ended up getting, I think, 2 on that run that we just showed right there, where he should have lost 4.
Yeah.
You know?
That was a third of his rushing yards the whole day.
Right. I mean, look at it. He's tackled. Should have been tackled in the backfield. You see the line of scrimmage. He got 1 when he should have been losing 5 on that play.
He's got this new thing now that he's starting to, like, instead of plowing ahead, kind of stopping and and that's a bad habit that he's coming into.
That habit is developed because of what Matt just said.
It could be.
There's guys in the backfield every time he's getting the ball.
So one of the things,
and this is against a bad run defense,
yeah.
according to Rich Cimini.
One of the things that they did a couple times that I thought was in trying to maybe get the running game unleashed a little bit was the quick toss, and I thought that gave him at least a little bit of a chance to try to get downhill and run it and get it quicker rather than the prolonged stretch it out. And let the
they tried. I mean, they tried different things. It just nothing worked.
It's just weird to have to feel like your pass protection was better, but yet your run fits and your run blocking just can't seem to get going. It can't seem to.
And the Patriots
make some
averaged
strides,
3.9 yards a play today.
It's a grind.
Yeah, and that's why it was an imperfect win.
It's a credit to the toughness. It was hard.
Absolutely.
They didn't get a lot of easy yards today.
Yep.
They had to earn it.
Michael, what else on your bad list?
Yeah, I had a lot of X's on the receivers. No, I think we've touched on target ones.
Here's a bad. I didn't like the decision at the end of the first half to sit. The decision to sit on the ball and not go for, try to get in position to get a field goal. And the fans agreed. They were.
You could make that argument.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it based on situation, score. I don't think they were going to do anything with there, but I get it.
I don't know.
The fact that the other team didn't have any timeouts to me made it a free 2-minute drill.
Right.
Like if it's not going anywhere, then you just run it.
Then you start running.
Then you just run it and run the clock out.
Right.
Yeah. So I didn't hate it, but I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. And then again, we can't decide what we're going to do. We're going to run the ball twice and kind of take our time. And now it's 3rd and 1. We're going to run to the line and run a quarterback sneak.
Right.
Now ultimately it didn't matter because they got it. They didn't get the first down, but they didn't have to punt because the clock was running. I just felt like if you want to try to get something going, then get something going.
Yeah.
They didn't,
It was almost like they were afraid to put it in Jacoby's
but
hands.
I didn't hate it because of the situation. You get your backup quarterback in the game, and I didn't have a lot else on my bad list. The edges of the run defense were a problem today.
Right. The one thing that I had additionally is who's covering Conklin. Is it just that everybody else, then they let him go because he's not going to
No, I mean, safeties are out. I mean, you got Del Pettis, you got Marty Marpu, who else?
Yeah.
Jalen Hawkins.
That's the 3.
I mean, they struggled.
They all played. Yeah.
And one of the Hawkins play hit him between the 2 and the 1. Right now, is that a shadow issue where the shadow's involving him? Hit him right between the 2 and the 1.
Dropped it.
I think it was definitely a shadow.
That was a tough
Shadows or illness, one of the two.
Okay.
I mean, Breece Hall, averaged 5 yards a carry. Yeah, that's too much.
Sure.
That's too much. They did a better job with Allen, but Allen was kind of the short yardage guy. He kept getting the ball on 3rd and 1 and getting the first down. He got it on the goal line when he got he got the touchdown at the end. So his average looks good defensively, 2.7 yards, but he converted when he needed to.
What did the Jets rush for as a team, Paul?
113 yards.
Okay. I mean, a vast improvement.
Yeah, no, I mean, you take that. Now, they didn't run the ball that much. But, yeah, I mean, they averaged 4 yards a carry. That's too much. But it was better. And I do think what I asked – I don't know about you guys. I asked Christian Elliss earlier when we talked to him.
Spoke with him directly?
Yeah. No, I asked him about
Peter King voice.
You weren't here.
I was texting with Christian Elliss earlier. No, I asked him a little bit about the edges that I thought were a problem. They had some kind of funky runs. They came out with Allen and Hall at times in that little pony package, and they would run a quick
My Little Pony package.
My Little Pony.
I called it that little pony package, not my little pony package. And I thought that gave them some trouble. I don't think they were ready for that necessarily early in the game. But I do think they tightened that up a little bit. Because there were a handful of runs for Breece Hall that he got 5 yards before contact. But, ultimately, I thought it got better. And, I think something Evan said early in the game, I think, kind of rang true. I think they could have lined it up and run the ball and won the game. And Rodgers isn't interested in
No,
that.
he's not. And I thought the exact same thing. I thought, this is the place. Just run it. They can't stop you running.
First drive of the game, it's 2nd and 11. They throw a pass for -1 on the very first play of the game. Then they run Hall for 9 to set up 3rd and 3 from the 33. And I'm thinking to myself, just run it twice. Or from the 40. It looks, whatever. They weren't quite in field goal range. 3rd and 3 on the Patriots side of the field. First drive of the game, I'm like, just run it twice.
Right. Yeah.
If you don't get it in the first one, run it on 4th down. They throw it. Breece Hall drops the pass. Now, it made it, in Rodgers' defense, they should have converted. I think it hit Hall in the face. Shadows
run so long before my eyes.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then they ended up having a punt. Just run the ball. What are you overthinking it for? But I think, Evan might be onto something with Rodgers doesn't want to do that. Just don't want to stand there and hand the ball off. It's got to be about him.
What's he going to want to do now at 2-6?
Delay a game.
On a Thursday night against Houston.
He's got to turn it around. It is at home for the Jets, though, by the way.
Yeah, but still, they're a vastly superior team.
Yeah, but I give them a chance on a Thursday night at home.
Because of the short week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I think that, based on their effort today, I think they've mailed it in for the season, but we'll see.
It's going to be tough to turn around.
Does that mean you don't think Ulbrich is going to get a shot at being the full-time coach?
I asked in the second quarter today, has anybody ever heard of an interim coach getting fired?
Yeah.
Right. Because what's their move this week, right? 1 week it was
I know. What are they?
Coaching change. The next week it's Adams. What do they do this week? Short week.
Shuffle the
Yeah.
deck
All right, so
chairs.
we've got good. We've got bad. There's one bad injury.
Drake.
Yeah.
Are we concerned about this long term?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, not long term, but for next week, absolutely.
That's long term to me.
Yeah.
I think he should retire.
I would be concerned about a
You want him to retire, Paul?
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I will not feel comfortable if I have to watch him
I
play.
know, I know.
I mean, it's his decision, Fred. I would never tell anybody what they should and shouldn't do with their career, but I will not be comfortable having to watch him play.
You're a caring person.
It will make me queasy.
I know.
What if he wears 2 Guardian caps?
But no, I think concussions are long-term concerns. I do. You never know. No concussions are the same. But until I learn about this one,
right, you don't know.
I will be concerned that it is something that, Mike Wright got a concussion and we never saw him again.
Yeah.
It was so severe that he couldn't even be in a room with lights on.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know how many it took to get Mike Wright to that spot.
What did you think about
I don't know
the
how
hit?
many that Drake May has got.
They missed it.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think it was a bad
so
hit.
late slide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Late
I don't
slide.
think it was egregious, but I think they missed it. And if you believe the reporting, and that's a questionable decision maybe to make, it looked like when he got back to the sideline, Jacoby Brissett was talking to him, and he noticed something was off.
Yeah, people said he looked a little woozy.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he got up slow. I think it was pretty clear. I couldn't believe that the independent neurologist didn't buzz down and get him out of the game.
Yeah.
But, he ends up finishing the drive. And then he came out. But, yeah, this is...
And it wasn't really even... it was a kind of a slide, but it was like you said,
he hits
late.
him in the head.
Yeah.
He
no doubt.
definitely hits him in the head,
yeah.
but it's because he slid so late.
Right. Yeah, so I can't, throw a flag on that.
He doesn't know he's sliding.
Yeah.
And then he slides. Yeah, I mean, if you threw a flag, I wouldn't be sitting here saying that's a terrible call because it's helmet-to-helmet contact.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't think...
And I'm not going to stand up here and say they really blew
If that's a penalty, then there were 17 other penalties that weren't called in the game for helmet-to-helmet hits on both sides.
What'd you think of the roughing the passer call on Brissett that really extended the game-winning drive?
They hit him in the helmet.
I thought they hit...
push.
but I thought he hit him in the face.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's reason there's a flag right there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Darnold is on line 2 saying, I don't know why that's a penalty.
Right.
But,
They took
they
my
ripped
head
him
off
down
in
by
the end zone.
by his face mask last week, and there was no call. But I thought that was... I thought, I've seen that play flagged before.
Yep.
Was there, and I not to make light or dismiss the May injury because that's what all anybody's going to be talking about this week is he's in the protocol now. When does he come out? Does he come out? Can he play against the Titans? So that's going to be one to monitor all
Absolutely
week.
smacked today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say it's going to probably be a long shot he plays next week, I would guess. I mean, unless he's...
I can't guess. I don't know. I have
That
no
would
idea.
be my guess, because generally guys that get concussions miss a game.
Yeah.
Today doesn't count.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you
I'm
get a
just asking.
concussion in the game.
It's not like a rule. It's just
No.
safety.
I know that.
And I bet you, and I'm sure that there's numbers that someone has that says, well, actually, it's only 48%. Just as a general rule, when guys get concussions, they generally miss the next game. Now, hopefully that won't be the case because I really don't want to watch the Titans in the first place, let alone the Titans without Drake May playing.
Yeah. That could be a tough one. You guys were upstairs. I didn't hear any other injury news being reported from the Patriots side.
It's the only one I can think of.
No, I mean, I didn't see any offensive linemen down.
Yeah, knock on wood. That was good. It'd be good to get the same group back out there. I mean, the Jets had a bunch, so I know C.J. Mosley was back out again.
Yeah, he's had a hard season.
Yep.
Yeah, so. Mosley, Quinnen Williams was out for the game-winning drive. Those big pieces in their defense. The safeties that were out in the first half. But who cares?
Yeah,
their sea's over.
Yeah.
Well, did you hear the drop that Matt played earlier?
No.
Jet season is over.
That's fun stuff.
Just good fun stuff.
We're here to dissect and analyze a Patriots 25-22 win over the New York Jets. We'll do that and more when we come back. You are watching and listening to the Patriots Postgame Show presented by DraftKings.
Without good blocking, your team's not going anywhere. Cisco blocks cyber attacks for customers around the world, including the entire Fortune 100 and the NFL. Because when the game is on the line, and it's always on the line, the NFL relies on Cisco.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
By the time this Patriots fan is finished drinking his Pepsi, you'll be 15 seconds closer to game time. Patriots watching. Better with Pepsi.
Without good blocking, your team's not going anywhere. Cisco blocks cyber attacks for customers around the world, including the entire Fortune 100 and the NFL. Because when the game is on the line, and it's always on the line, the NFL relies on Cisco.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
By the time this Patriots fan is finished drinking his Pepsi, you'll be 15 seconds closer to game time. Patriots watching. Better with Pepsi.
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Come on! From kickoff to sign-off, from first downs and touchdowns to turnovers and overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice! Let's go! This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
When someone accidentally threw away the school play costumes,
oh no.
Replacements were shipped with FedEx. And with picture proof of delivery, everyone could focus on the perfect opening night. FedEx, where now meets next. For residential delivery only.
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Come on! From kickoff to sign-off, from first downs and touchdowns to turnovers and overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice! Let's go! This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
When someone accidentally threw away the school play costumes,
oh no.
Replacements were shipped with FedEx. And with picture proof of delivery, everyone could focus on the perfect opening night. FedEx, where now meets next. For residential delivery only.
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Come on! From kickoff to sign-off, from first downs and touchdowns to turnovers and overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice. Let's go! This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
Join the conversation by calling into the TPX hotline at 855-PATS-500 or email the show at podcast@patriots.com. Now, live from our studios, here is Matt Smith.
Sorry, I was distracted for a second, gloating Paul Perillo about his picks in the over-under in the pregame show, but I digress. The Patriots' big 25-22 wins against the New York Football Jets. Let's go to the TPX hotline and go join Christian first, who joins us from Los Angeles. Go Dodgers, and hello, Christian.
Hey, hello, you guys, and happy Sunday to you.
As to you as well.
We got to win. Yeah, thank you, guys. We got to win, and I am totally thrilled. My first question is, can we play the Jets 17 times in a row?
Yeah, let's.
Hey, we get the Titans next week. That's a winnable game.
I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to have to win like that 17 times in a row.
Well, you know what? I thought it was actually a quality win. Whenever you
Of course it was.
No question.
They had one win coming in. Of course it was a quality win.
In a row.
Yeah, I saw. I mean,
Right, so what do you mean you don't want to win like that?
Well, because I don't want to have to rely on the other team doing all those things for my team to win.
No, but if you play him again, now you don't drop those passes and you're running away.
No, I'm talking about the drop that the Jets had.
I know. And they're going to continue having this. They're going to continue
that's
having
what I'm saying. I would rather be better than the team. I'm with you, Fred. I think next week the Patriots will be the better team. I'll take that one.
It's always a good day when the Jets win and a better day when you beat them.
And look.
Exactly.
Good win.
Anytime you play harder than the other team, good things are going to happen. And that's what we did today.
Yep,
Actually,
I agree.
It causes bad things to happen in it. So playing hard is the number one element, and I got to give the guys, they just played harder than the Jets today.
Yep, I agree.
The thing is, can we?
I think
I agree. They showed up to play. The other team.
I think this week the Patriots
Thank
should
you for
have
the call,
T-shirts
Christian.
that say "I'm hard."
Jesus.
Right?
Just one follow-up on the good win versus not good win.
Well, very good
The
win.
little bits of different things that the analysis pregame by people like the worldwide leader and everything, they're talking about how the Jets going to make the playoffs at 2-5 and what's the path to the postseason. The national media think that the Jets are a playoff team. So, I mean, I don't think they are.
Not anymore.
They're not anymore, but they thought before the game they were.
No, they thought
I don't think they thought that today.
They thought
they were
that
saying, what do they have to do to get in the playoffs?
Before the game, I think they're still considered a playoff team.
I don't think so.
Okay. Let's go to John.
They've been getting killed on the worldwide leader, to use your phrase, on a weekly basis.
Oh, yeah.
There have been breakdowns of Aaron Rodgers' ineptitude every week.
You don't bring in Adams if you don't think you can turn it around.
100%.
And now it's
They
over.
can't.
Now it's over.
Right.
Yeah.
John in Vancouver, you're joining us next on the Patriots Postgame Show presented by DraftKings. Hello, John.
Hey, Matt. Well, I think you're doing a great job. Missed you. It's Sean, by the way. That's okay.
Thank you.
Hey, Paul, 100% agree with you. The coaches really got the team up for this one. I was very impressed. They didn't get dominated at the line of scrimmage, and they limited the mistakes pre-snap. So that was really. I want to see them continue with that. That's, I think, the next challenge is, can they keep this going, and also can they work on actually dropping the ball less for the wide receivers? One thing that was kind of
tough day
funny,
today for the receivers.
Yeah. They had a
Shadows
few
grow
drops.
so long before my eyes.
Fred, I wanted to tell you one of the players who
Fred Kirsch comes alive.
Who was not dressed was Josh Uche, if you're trying to think of that name earlier.
Yes, thank you. That's the third guy that was out today, right?
Boy, they missed him today, didn't they?
But Fred, he wasn't out. He was a healthy scratch.
He wasn't playing.
I know, but they didn't want him to play. There's a difference.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. He was one of the starting line guys that wasn't playing today.
Okay, first of all, he played like 11 plays last week, and they wanted him not to play today.
There was something.
That's like saying Javon Baker didn't play last week. That's why they didn't win.
But there's something going on with Uche.
Yes, he's going to get traded.
Going to trade him for a bag of balls. John,
Probably
thanks.
for 5th or 6th round. No, one more thing.
Sure thing, John. Sorry.
Sean in Vancouver.
It's okay.
Okay,
One more thing.
how's it called? How's it called,
I know,
screener?
But he already corrected you.
Sean
Okay,
John.
I didn't hear that. My apologize.
That's okay.
I apologize,
I
Sean.
love getting under Matt's skin.
That's fine. That's fine. I thought it was kind of funny how they kept, the announcer, not Agnew, but Adidas, kept calling Booty.
Boutte?
Booty, like coffee and tea. Everything was the
Booty?
Yeah, booty.
All right.
I heard Bootsy a couple of times. I thought it was funny.
Bootsy?
But anyway,
Bootsy?
I'll let you go on that.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sean.
Tough.
And by the way,
crew
it's
for those watching on TV.
S-E-A-N, Matt.
Right.
I'm only kidding.
Oh, Matt LePan.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that, Sean.
Wow.
Let's
anger.
Yeah. No anger. All love.
No, there was anger.
Mark from Virginia Beach joins us next on the Patriots postgame show. Hi, Mark.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just got one thing. I'm anxious to see what Bill Belichick has to say this week about how we responded to those comments.
Do you want me to give you the?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to give you the breakdown?
Exactly.
Okay. What do you
No,
guys
he
think?
won't say anything.
Oh, I know he
won't be
he
asked because they'll tell them not to ask
But I'll
him
tell you.
Oh,
there-
no.
There will be a lot of people like the Rex Ryans of the world that will say they responded.
He'll have a lot to say about this game.
Do you think so?
It'll all be about the Jets. I will guarantee you.
Oh, because he hates the
He
Jets.
will eviscerate the Jets.
You're right. You're
That's
right.
his agenda this week.
Yep.
How can I make the Jets look bad?
It'll be about the Jets.
Yeah.
Yep. He and Mike Lombardi.
It's a good question, Mark.
It is a good question.
Even Rodgers? It's going to be hard for him.
I mean, he's just like so good.
Right.
Mark, thanks for the phone call.
I mean, Brady's a good quarterback,
Yeah.
but I mean, Rodgers.
Jets are
Going to the electronic mail. This is Sam in Halifax, UK. Love the show. Thought the secondary really struggled today, showing the need for a real CB2 to pair with Gonzalez. Can't match up with teams that have two legitimate weapons. Do you think free agency or the draft is the best place to address this?
Both.
Okay? It's a need, and a lot of people are sitting there talking about wide receiver and offensive line.
Well,
they need another corner.
Look, there isn't
The
a
second corner isn't anywhere near as big a need as the offensive
say it
line.
was.
is.
I didn't say- I said
no,
it's a
but you were
need.
like derogatorily
No, but I
saying
think
like
people-
Yeah,
this
a lot
was-
of people say that they need a receiver, and
But in
and
reality-
All
they
true.
have no linemen.
All true.
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't a place except for quarterback
that they don't need help.
that they don't need help right
Correct.
now.
Well, that's why I think Jonathan Jones's usage today continues to be interesting to me because he's not the full-time out there. I don't know what reason. I mean, he was on the injury report this week. He's banged up. He's battling through stuff as he has usually been, but he's a pending free agent. It's definitely something you have to think about. Marcus Jones got a chance today. I don't think any of us loved the body work he put together.
I didn't
He's
love
a good
it.
little slot corner, but
yeah, he's decent in the slot.
they're going to have to find a third guy, and it's probably not going to be Jonathan Jones. I'd be okay keeping Jonathan Jones, but I don't know what he's going through, but he's not the player he once was at this point.
Dean in Liverpool in the UK writes, Jerod Mayo was criticized for criticizing his team. It worked. The players fought for every inch and played hard and showed they're still behind Mayo. So happy for him and the players. I thought Christian Elliss was outstanding. Besides giving up the PI, a practice squad guy making big plays on defense, he deserves credit.
Jerod
Jacoby
Mayo,
Brissett,
sneaky genius.
So
take a bow.
I would agree with
That's
all
from
that.
Dean.
Christian Elliss, just as a nitpick, is not a practice squad player.
Right.
But I would say that everything that he said is true. It doesn't mean it was the right thing to do. I think they did respond.
Yep.
They did.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that it was right.
Yeah,
it worked.
He could have called them soft, but just done it in the locker room.
Right.
Right. Which he did, but you didn't have to go out public.
But he's right. The emailer is absolutely right.
It was absolutely responded.
They responded to it.
Yeah.
Did they? I don't know. I mean,
I
got to be honest. Like, I don't really feel like this was a refreshed Patriots performance. I feel like they kind of
compared to the last 2 or 3 weeks,
a little better, but not like overwhelmingly. Wow, this is a different team out here. They
Mike's
kind of
playing
hung
my
in.
side of the street.
But again, Mike. No, I
hung in.
hear what you're saying, but again, look at that roster on defense today. I mean, right.
But still, like,
but also you have to take
punt
into account who you're
returns.
playing against.
I understand, but this team, manhandled you the last time they played.
No, it was
offensively.
And they scored the same amount of points that they did the last time.
But you saw the game. They gave up. They didn't have to score points at the end of the game.
I don't think that playing hard has been an issue. I might be an idiot about that.
Yeah.
I think they tried last year too.
Yeah. No,
for the most part. I don't think that playing hard has been a huge issue. But that's not a good offense they played today, and they had their hands full. I know what Mike is saying.
I think they played better today, like no question. They played better, but
They're
did I come away
undermanned.
feeling?
They're mismatched.
So was the other team, Fred.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
They were missing all their safeties, Fred.
I'm talking about their offense.
Do you think the safeties had anything to do with giving up those big
Jets'
plays?
offense.
The Jets' offense is just not good.
It's not undermanned.
It's not good.
That's the tragedy of the Jets. They're not playing to their talent.
Right.
Yeah, I think the quarterback is done. I think he's playing to his talent. I don't think he can move.
I think he's playing like a pissy diva.
Okay, fine.
You know, but
for whatever reason, he's not good anymore.
The talent.
He's had one good game all season.
The talent against us.
Right.
But I'm telling you, the Patriots were mismatched. Our defense against their offense.
Yes.
I mean, they have much more talent than we do.
Right.
Okay.
Do you
think it was like a really good defensive performance in the game?
I think it was better than what we've done over the last couple weeks.
They hung in, as Mike said. I want to credit you for the phrase.
I didn't see any big runs.
No, but you saw big passes.
Yeah. And a lot of them was Marcus Jones, who was what? Overmatched.
He's a starter, Fred. I mean, that's not his
that's
fault.
Not the point.
That's
You're
his
missing
job.
the point. The fact that he's a starter is because out of necessity.
No, it's not out of necessity.
They don't have anybody better.
So
who's better as a cornerback that should be starting over him?
No one. But
exactly.
But he's the starter.
But that's because
they don't have. But you said they're undermanned.
They're under
like
talent.
their safeties were.
They
out.
don't have.
They
talent.
didn't have Peppers and Duggar. That makes you undermanned.
Okay. Now he's going to do the semantics thing.
No, it's not. I understand what Mike is saying. I think he's making a good point. I would be.
How many teams would Marcus Jones be a starting quarterback on?
Not many.
Not many.
I have no idea. But
you you're being coy.
It's not. He would not be a starting corner for the team they played today. Okay, I'll just use the team that was on the field.
Yeah.
I'll take Gardner, Reed, and Carter over Marcus Jones.
Okay.
Those three guys are better than Marcus Jones. I would say that. I don't know about the other 30 teams. I understand what Mike is saying. I would tend to side more with Matt and Fred and say, I thought this was a more spirited performance. I don't think the result was all that much different. I think you take away the punt return that Jacksonville had last week, and it's the same points. I don't think it was that much different. I thought they played tougher today.
Yes.
I thought they made the other team earn it today.
I agree.
They didn't allow the other team to line up and run the ball 17 times in a row today.
Yes.
I'm a little bit more with Matt and Fred on them responding to Mayo. But I totally understand what Mike is talking about.
Yeah.
And I don't think he should be shot down for it. That's all.
But to expect this team to all of a sudden be a good defense this year, it's unreasonable.
Larry Bird's not walking through that door.
So why is that?
Because they don't have talent.
But didn't everybody go into the season saying they had a top 10 defense?
I just listed all the guys that they lost over the course of
But you're saying Marcus Jones. That's not one of them.
No, but
he's a pillar for you. Marcus Jones, Jonathan Jones, and
that's a problem.
But that's what they went into the season with, and everybody thought it was top 10.
But they also had more complementary football up front that would help the back end.
Missing the safeties.
Come on, you have to look at it as a whole, Paul.
I look at the safeties as
it's
being
a
what you're
holistic
talking
thing.
about.
Paul, it's very holistic.
You could throw all your little buzzwords out. I just don't think Mike is wrong. That's all. Thank you. I think Mike makes a good point.
I just want to, in defense again of my main man, Marcus Jones, he had a tough matchup today. But I'd like to see when Reese breaks down the snaps, how many snaps. He's not a boundary corner, Paul, like Jonathan Jones has become on this team.
The fact that
I think he was
Marcus Jones' assignment was to cover Garrett Wilson one-on-one.
Wasn't how they dialed it up at the beginning of the year.
He's going to lose that.
So you're questioning the coaching then?
No, there's no other option.
Jonathan Jones.
And I don't think he played a lot today.
Okay, maybe he didn't. Maybe I missed it.
Do we have the snaps? We should.
They don't have the snaps yet for another five or 10
I just think that last drive that the Jets put together, if that had held up, would you have felt that they responded to Mayo?
No, because
I
thought
it just because the offense went down and
no, I thought Rodgers had two really good plays on that. Back-to-back hit Adams, and he hit Wilson on two really nice throws. There was one really gorgeous throw to Wilson where he got in between the two defenders.
I'm with Mike. The difference in the game was the offense had a pulse.
Going into this game, I was just hoping it'd be competitive.
Same here.
No. But I understand what Mike is talking about. Like, the difference to me was the offense made plays and won the game at the end of the game. That's the difference in the game.
And was
It's
that
not-
because Mayo lit a fire?
it's
or
not
was
because
that
of the
just
fire.
because they kind of put it together for one drive at the end? I'm not trying to take away from the team responding, but
I get your point, Mike.
I'm just saying, if that game had ended like I thought it would, when they went down and scored,
You're
in
still
crunch time-
hoping that they become the defense that you thought they were coming into.
That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
No, I have no hopes
It's not
of
going to
that.
happen.
I'd just rather have them
if
be
we're all saying
consistent
that we
throughout the whole
overrated
game.
the defense, then I would say, okay, I agree with you.
I think the defense going into the season was better than it is right now.
And they've lost people on defense. Josh Uche didn't play today.
That's correct.
It's correct. 855-PATS-500 is a number. This gentleman, Jay from Arkansas, wants to team up with Fred, so we must defer on that.
Team up to do what, though?
I don't know.
You just sent him
No,
back.
I just banged him, Matt. Sorry about that.
I just want to.
Jay, call back, please.
I understand what Mike is coming from. I would probably lean more to you, Fred, to be honest. I'm trying to
I'm the bad guy.
No, I'm trying
He
to.
can stand up for himself.
No,
can.
He doesn't need Daddy Paul.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of you two.
Yeah.
Like, Mike's point is valid. The performance of the defense wasn't all that different.
Yeah.
The ineptitude of the team that they played was vastly different
Which
than last
played
week.
into it. How many yards did the Jags run for last week?
170 something.
170.
Right. So the Jets only ran for 113 today. That's progress. I do believe that the Jets took themselves out of that. If we were even more committed to the run,
but I
they
think-
would have run for more.
But I think that they also moved the ball really well all game.
Sure.
And didn't score as much as they probably should have.
All right. Jay from Arkansas.
You miss kicks, you miss field goals, the fumbled snap to nobody was in scoring range. They did a lot of things to kill themselves, the Jets.
Jay from Arkansas, are you with Fred or not with Fred?
Hey guys, I'm an unfiltered fan. Listen to you guys at least a couple times a week. I'm totally behind Fred here. Paul,
Go, Jay.
You've been officially Felgerized, and now you're infecting Mike over there.
Don't blame me for what Mike said. That was Mike's take.
Come on, Paul.
The weed.
Yeah,
Jay,
Jay, you're right.
Jay,
Paul looks for that opening and he goes right through
Jay,
it.
hold on a second. I'm gonna. You can respond afterward, but. Mike had a take about the Patriots didn't really respond to Mayo. That's not my take. Don't blame that on me. I didn't say that. Mike did.
Well,
this
I'm just
this
talking about
Felger thing. The last guy in the world. The only thing I want to be like Mike Felger is my bank account. That's it.
Well, maybe that's for all of us to aspire to one day. Hey, no, I just say, we can be in the weeds here. What I would like to just hear for a couple of days, and I know you guys got to get in the weeds, or else you wouldn't have anything to talk about. But just let's be ecstatic at a win here. After Mayo, if he doesn't slip up on the podium a little bit and use that term and let leak as to what he said in the locker room about calling the guys soft. I mean, is last week even an issue? Is there even any quote unquote drama? No, it was all perspective and kind of not made up, but it was a lot to do out of nothing.
Well, the problem is I think there's plenty of drama without him having said that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Jay, thanks for the phone call.
Yeah. Thanks, Jay.
He's also
good man.
But he's also created the drama.
That's what I'm saying. He created more.
No, but you said there's plenty of drama without that.
Right.
But I think the vast majority of Patriots-related drama this year has been created by Jerod Mayo.
Well,
by saying things,
I throw
and saying
receivers
different
into
things.
that and other.
Oh but that to me is Mayo.
Yeah.
He doesn't have control of the locker room.
Okay.
Like what they say.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
David from Madrid, Spain, writes, after a week of criticism to Mayo for calling the team soft, it looks like they actually stepped up, played hard, and didn't have a lot of penalties. That's a good point, by the way, on the penalties.
It is a good point.
Okay.
I was except for the pass interferences.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was concerned that the wide receiver room was a microcosm of the team, but it looked like they were the only problem today. I don't know about that. That might be letting the rest of the team off the hook. Only one who gets a bit of a break is Booty for being clutch on that last drive. Finally, the Jets jetted and gave us a chance.
Yep.
Even if we go 2-15, I'm happy with crushing the Jets' playoff hopes.
Absolutely.
Spoken like a true Patriot fan.
Right.
Lastly, great job from Brissett.
I can't embrace 2-15.
Looked like he had an arm today and was the captain of the offense. That's David in Spain. And I don't think anybody's rooting for 2-15.
No, we're not rooting for it. But if at the end of the season, if one of the wins is the Jets, I'll be okay. Great.
You won't be happy.
And the Bengals.
You better not be happy.
All right, our friend
That's what he said. I'd be happy because we knocked the Jets season.
Right. Our friend Pat from Agawam. Did I call it? Or did I call it?
He did.
Although I think I predicted 24-21. What did I say in the pregame show? I don't know. Let's check the tape. Despite having more talent, the Jets have been doing Jets things all year. Hoping Drake is all right, but huge props to Jacoby today. Last but not least, Booty may be a legitimate wide receiver. I don't see how you can go there yet. Maybe not a true number one. A true number one where? But he could blossom into a weapon. That's Pat from Agawam.
Listen, he could be a 3. He could be a big play guy. I'm not giving up on him.
I didn't say give up on him, but I don't see.
You see what he does?
Yeah.
You see what he does? Right. He not only moves the goalposts, he disassembles them and takes them down Route 1.
Listen, I think if you're looking at people who might be on this team next year, he's on the list.
He might be. I agree.
So we just went from he's a possible number 1.
Who said he's a number 1?
A possible number 1.
I never said that.
Pat from Agawam just said that.
I said he's a number 3.
2, he might be on the team next year.
Yeah. That they're getting anything out of Keyshawn Booty on the field this year, to me, is borderline remarkable because I just didn't think much of him.
Yeah.
So that's how little I thought of him. He gave you nothing last year. I know he was in the doghouse after not getting his feet in week 2, whatever that was. That's a good play right there and a really good throw.
Yep, he turned, he picked up the ball quickly.
Thankfully, he didn't lose it in the shadow.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Shadows.
Grow so long.
Colin in Seattle writes, all I have to say is 11-6 is still in play.
Absolutely.
It really is.
And Fred, I thought you were going to say that after the game.
Well, I figured I'd come in with the proud thing.
I thought after the game.
I like the proud thing.
When you started to take your shirt off.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, 11-6 is still on the table.
I did. I was in the press box just so everyone knows. I did start to take my shirt off, and then I realized it wasn't a May win. So I said after a May win.
I mean, May does get the win, though.
Yeah, joking aside, though, that does kind of color it a little different for me. Like, just, we talk about wanting to come out of the season feel good. It's like, but we can't really feel good.
True greats, though. True greats get their first win when they don't finish the game.
There you
Drew
go.
Bledsoe, Drake May.
Eldred in North Carolina, you're next on the Patriots Postgame Show presented by DraftKings. Hi, Eldred.
Hey, fellas. Man, y'all got me laughing over here. Paul, I love it when you and Fred go at it. Boy.
Oh, look at this fight in Seattle. Woo!
Red Zone Paul.
That's what we're here for, Eldred. That's what we're here for. Fred and I.
Seattle on Seattle crime?
Yes.
Wow.
But I got one bad. I don't know if y'all put it on the bad list. That's the coaching assignment. When you're on the 2, you're going to go shotgun instead of running Stevenson 4 times into that from the 2-yard line. Try to get too cute and kick a field goal. Even the quarterback says so. The guy that called the game, I forget.
Spiro Agnew.
Spiro Agnew.
I did write in my notes. Thanks, Eldred. I wrote in my notes that failure to score and to settle for 3 was going to come back and cost him. I really thought that. I don't think that they did a great job in that.
How did they? I can't.
Fumble by Brissett.
Oh, the fumble.
Yeah,
that's what.
And then a lousy fade. Who was the intended receiver on the fade?
Bourne. I think Jalen Mills, I thought, knocked that away.
That took forever to get there, huh?
Yeah. All right, Matt.
But, I would agree with Eldred. I thought that play call on the first down play looked like they were trying something a little different there. And I'm not sure that was.
A lot of discussion before the game and after about how the Patriots would respond to Jerod Mayo. Patriots beat the Jets today 25-22. Let's hear from the coach after the win.
Yeah. I thought it was a good team win. I thought those guys, even though we were down a few guys, we always talk about the next man up mentality. I think the safeties definitely, stepped up today, especially without having Duggar and Peppers back there. I thought the 3 of those guys did a good job. Going back to the next man up mentality, you lose Drake there early in the game, and thought Jacoby was ready to go. Was it perfect? No, but at the same time, I thought the operation was good. I thought he made some good throws, and we just had to continue to build on that. I thought up front the pass pro was pretty good. There was a time where 95 started kind of taking over the game a little bit, but I thought the guys, again, showed the resilience that they've developed over the past few weeks. Really proud of the guys. There was a lot of noise and a lot of chatter, and I'm very appreciative of just their attitude and professionalism on an everyday basis. I thought it was good. Look, I would say the guys on special teams, I thought the energy overall was better. It's good to get a win here at home in Gillette.
If you have questions, we'll start with Dan Roach in the back.
Jerod, I think, with the week that was, here, and it came down to, sports can be funny, it came down to a 4th and goal at the one with 25 seconds left. What did that mean to you to watch your team rally together and put it in, but also come off hooting and hollering? And what did you say to them in response in that locker room?
It means a lot, when you preach something and it shows up in the game, it's always going to be more impactful. I would say, like, there comes a point in time where everyone in the stadium knows you got to run the ball. Whether you're talking about on defense, if we're on defense or if we're on offense, there comes a point in time where they know, everyone knows, the fans know, everyone knows that it's a run play, and you got to really just defeat the man across from you. And look, fortunately, our guys got movement, and we scored, so it was great.
Hey, Jerod, Kyle Duggar was added to the injury report late. How'd you guys have to do some last-minute adjustments with him out of the game? Looked like Jonathan Jones was playing a little bit more safety than usual.
Yeah, Jay Jones, another guy. We talk about versatility in our personnel, and he knows every single spot, every single location. I would also say, I thought Marte did a good job as far as controlling the huddle and just communicating overall, and those guys played well. Again, just to go back to the next man up, not to sound cliche or redundant, that's the mentality that we have to have if we want to build what we want to build.
Jerod, point was made last week of the comments of saying that the team played soft. Want to give you a chance this week, different outcome. What word would you describe the way the team played today?
I don't think I've ever really questioned the resilience of this team, and I'm not going to go back to those comments. What I will say is we have a room full of guys with the mentality that, you got to change the page every day. Every day is a new day, and we have to get better and understand that practice is the most important thing we do until we get to the game. So,
I think it was 4 yards per carry allowed for you guys defensively today. What did you do this week to get some improvement as far as that part of your defense goes?
It was under 4 yards a carry. I think it was 3.9. But no, it really is the guys just going out there and executing. I mean, there's no magic pill or magic drink or anything like that. It's a mentality, a mentality that we're going to stop the run. And I thought for the most part today we did stop the run. In saying that, we'll go back and watch the film. There were a few that popped on us a little bit, and we'll get those corrected.
Hey, Jerod, you talked about the noise and the chatter this week. What would you say you learned about yourself, throughout this week?
Oh, for me, look, I don't hear that stuff. You talk about adversity, talk about chatter. It will always be there. I think there's a difference between like noise and signals. So if I can pick up on signals of what's coming out the locker room from you guys talking to the players, that's great. The rest of it's just noise to me, and my ultimate goal is to get this team better every single day.
Jerod, you mentioned seeing resilience from this team that you said kind of they built up the last few weeks. How and where did you see them build that resilience over the past few weeks?
I think I've told you guys, I thought the past 3 weeks of practice have been pretty good, and it's good to see that show up in the game.
Jerod, we saw Drake go down in the second quarter. How is he doing, if you have any update on him after this game?
Yeah, I walked in at halftime and saw him, and the competitor that he is, obviously he wanted to go back out there and play, but there's a protocol that he has to go through, and again, can't wait to get him back.
Coach, it seemed like the run game struggled to get things going for most of the game, but started to kind of figure it out a little bit later. Was there something specific that you saw that kind of helped them get back on track? And also just, I know the resiliency, we keep saying it, but we saw from Jacoby, from Kayshawn, from those guys up front. So could you maybe add what you thought about seeing that in the game?
I always say, like in the run game, there are certain philosophies where a 3-yard run's not a good run. But if it's physical, to me, I liken it to boxing. Those are body blows. And if you get enough of those body blows, you get to the second half, then you start to pop some bigger runs, and I think that's what happened today.
Hey, Coach. Second quarter, fourth quarter, towards the end of it, you had the similar situation, 2 minutes to go, 2 timeouts. You took obviously different approaches. So I wonder what your thought about those 2 different situations, and do you feel that the outcome of the game will give you more confidence to play more aggressively going forward?
Look, when I'll just talk about the end of the half. At the end of the half, you lose your starting quarterback, and you just want to, get the clock running just so we can reset at halftime. And that was really the mentality there. I know the fans and stuff, they don't like it and always want you to try to go out there, but I would say it was just a chance for us to get in the locker room and hit the reset button. Hey, Karen.
Hi, Jerod. We were aware that
Juwan Bentley addressed the team. I know other leaders did as well, John Jones. How much did that leadership play a role in helping turn things around or at least getting the right message across?
Yeah, to me, it's always been that way. The head coach has a message, and you lean on your captains or your leaders on the squad to disseminate that message and reinforce that message amongst the rest of the group, and I thought those guys did it this week. Now, yeah, that's what I thought.
Chris Bryant on your left.
Hey, Jerod. Obviously, you sent a message to the group, and you see this type of response today and the type of buy-in that the group obviously demonstrated. What does that mean in your kind of big picture about you as a coach and also this group playing for you?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it means as, for me as a coach personally. I'm proud of the guys in the locker room and how they approached each and every day no matter what was going on. And it's not just the media as far as noise. It's family, it's friends, it's all of that stuff. It's social media, it's all of that stuff. And I thought the guys, look, they hear it. And at the same time, you just don't listen to it. You just continue to go on the practice field and get better. And I thought we did that.
Hi, Jerod. It looked like a helmet-to-helmet hit that took out Drake. Did you have any conversations with the officials on that, and were you kind of surprised that penalty wasn't called?
They didn't call it. I had conversations with them the entire game. I thought, some of those calls were questionable, but at the same time, I have to go back and watch the film, and we'll have those conversations.
Last question, Bill Burke.
Not to belabor the resiliency tag here, but if anyone personifies that, you could argue Ramondre Stevenson does. What he's gone through this year, had a few big plays here. I know not a lot of yards. Can you talk about him? And he was not in first and goal from the 2, which you kicked the field goal for the first 2 plays. Why wasn't he in then? Just asking.
Yeah, Ramondre is one of our best players. I haven't backed down from that at all. There was some tempo on there and didn't have the opportunity to get him in at that time. Good. Thanks.
Well, there's your head coach, Jerod Mayo, after the Patriots beat the Jets today 25-22. A reminder, you're watching the Patriots postgame show presented by DraftKings, as well as Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the New England Patriots. How do you rate the coach's presser, Fred?
He, too, is proud of the team.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
You feel comfortable in your proud moment.
It's his team.
It's my team, too, Paul. It's
kind
my team,
Kind of
too.
makes a little more sense
And
to the
it
head
should
coach.
be your team, but it's my
the head
team,
coach,
too.
I think it makes a little more sense to be proud.
I'm proud of Jerod. I'm proud of Jerod. I'm proud of myself, and
I'm proud. You get a car.
Well, there's a tendency to be a little giddy with the team that there was no expectations coming into the game today, and I like the business-like manner that Jerod answered the questions.
Yeah.
Nothing but that. He didn't want to really get into the whole week and the drama and everything like that. Straightforward answering questions.
I think it feeds
Would you have wanted to get into that?
No, but I thought he did a good job sort of deflecting it, Paul.
No, sometimes, Paul, he just tends to go
Say
on.
too much.
And I think he edited himself nicely today.
So let me just ask this.
Yeah.
Let's go to Mike Dussault's scenario. The drive ends up a yard short at the end of the game. Or even worse, they go 4 and out, and the Jets just kneel on the ball and win the game. And then he's asked those questions. Does he edit himself?
Yeah. I still think it's a
I'm
close
skeptical.
game.
Yeah, I know. It's a close game that they lost, and I think he'd be emotional, and I think we probably would have something else that we'd be trying to put,
but
some other fire we'd be putting out this week.
I don't know, but let me ask you this question, Paul. You came in when we started here, and you said you thought that they played hard.
I do. And I stick by that.
Do you believe that? Would you have said the same thing if they did go 4 and out, and the Jets took a knee and they win the game?
I would say the same thing. Yes.
So would I. It was
I
not result dependent.
I don't. Yeah, I would totally agree with you.
Yeah, they just didn't have the horses at the end to get the stop that they needed, nor get the last score
correct
that they needed. But I would connect.
I would say, how much are you going to ask of an offense that's already limited? They went down and took the lead once in the fourth quarter. You asked them to do it twice. Now, thankfully, they did it twice.
Yeah,
but that's how I would look at it had they come up short.
I mean, I said it in the pregame show. I felt like all week they were kind of throwing the specifics out. They were saying, we're not going to talk about the pass protection issues. That we just need a win. That's just what we need tonight. So that's why I take that press conference as we got the win. It wasn't perfect.
Yep.
Correct.
There are issues that continue to haunt
A lot
this
of
team.
stuff to work
But I just wonder,
getting that W
had they
would be
not gotten the win, if the message would have been the same. That I'm just
Demonstrated
just
ability,
a hypothetical
an old
that's
coach-
meaningless because
thought experiment.
they won.
I don't
We
get
don't
it.
have to. We don't have to wonder what would have happened if they lost.
An old ball coach used to say, demonstrated ability. You need to show them that so they can get some confidence to do it. Trevor in Kansas City writes, I've been pretty low in the coaching staff, but Scott Peters might actually be legit. Seems
Like,
a little,
I mean,
a little
we-
premature. Also,
Are
the
we
last
basing
time our
that
first
on,
round.
on one game that they had good pass protection?
Also, he adds, last time our first round draft pick quarterback got knocked out of the Jets. ...
Well, we didn't put Tom
Seems a
Brady
little
in.
harsh
but
there.
No, that's. I mean, it does. It colors this win, though. That's the unfortunate part. I feel good, and I mean, I think Jacoby Brissett. Like, I'm kind of happy for him. But what does that mean in the grand scheme of the 2024 Patriots and building for the future? It's like, yeah, they got a nice win, and there's probably a little bit more buy-in this week, and guys don't quite feel that tension that I'm sure they were feeling last week. But at the same time, you want Drake May to get back in there. You want to start to see progress. You want to see guys like Booty, developing their connection so that you're thinking about these are things that are sustainable into 2025.
Right.
Good question
But
here
Paul,
from
just
Mark.
one quick question, Paul. Anybody on your strawman Twitter saying that? Oh, see, they shouldn't have played May. See what happens?
So it's funny. That's a good question. I haven't been on Twitter much, but I have not seen anything like that. I'm just refreshing now.
Because anybody that says that should have their football card taken away.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of understand where Mike is coming from, though. Like, it does take away from the win a little bit.
Sure.
It's nice, but what does it mean?
Here's a question for you, Paul, from Mark in Cheddar. When stopped on third down with 25 seconds left, why call timeout than rather do it with less than 5 seconds to go? Surely it's make or break. Why give time for a potential Hail Mary response? I appreciate the clockstradamus.
No, but didn't they? No, the ref stopped the clock because they had to review it, right, or something?
No.
Well, it was a scoring play, so it stops.
No, it wasn't a scoring play on third down. Let me go back and look.
Wait, the Ramondre one?
Let me go back and look here.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, so Brissett pass. So he's right. Yeah, I think that was a mistake. So the Brissett pass to Booty for 4 yards, set up 4th and goal from the 1 with 25 seconds left. I have no problem with calling timeout, but I would have let the clock go down to
a little bit more.
10 seconds.
Right.
A little bit more.
And then call timeout because that way
Okay.
you're in the game. And the reason why I wouldn't go down, it's not a last-second field goal. So on 4th and goal from the 1, if you let the clock go down to 2 seconds, this is the last play of the game. If there's a penalty, even let's say they had a holding penalty or something, that's game.
Right.
So that's why I would have 10 seconds. Now I can run another play. And if there's a penalty on the defense, there's still time,
Here's a
that
series
kind of
right
stuff.
here on your screens with 32 seconds left to go. And so
they called
clock's running.
timeout with 25 seconds there. So Mark is right. I would have let the clock run down a little bit more to make sure that, obviously the Jets aren't going to go down and kick a field goal with 20 seconds left and no timeouts. But, you play it right. Miracles happen. You never know. I would have called timeout. Yeah, I think he's clearly down.
Clearly down.
But it's
I don't
it's
know.
close.
Where's that ball?
Can't see the
I
ball.
don't know. Where's the ball? Look, the ball.
Not a great look.
Oh,
he's wobbling
he didn't even
there.
he didn't even have possession. That was the problem. He didn't even have possession.
Huh?
Yeah, he double clutched it.
Well, you can't see it from this look.
Yeah.
I can see where the line is, though, and I think
But he
in
doesn't
my
have possession
view,
of the ball at this point in time, Paul. I think
He doesn't
Chris,
have the
you have
ball?
another look there.
Yeah, he
where you
double
see him
clutched it.
bobble
Yeah, on the other angle.
Well, so
you
he
can
doesn't get possession until the ball's over the line?
Yeah.
Touchdown, then.
I know.
That's a weird nuance where his knee is down, but if he doesn't have possession yet, that it would be a touchdown.
So I don't know.
I think he was down. I think he had the ball in his hands. I didn't see any double clutch.
That's not the
That's not
the
not
better
the angle.
look.
The angle was from
Back
of the end
and to
zone.
the left.
Correct.
These guys are really tough.
So you haven't bobbled it there, Paul?
No.
Okay. Another question for Paul.
But it might have been in. I'm not saying Fred's wrong. It might have been in.
Someone please take away the Diet Pepsi from Paul. This is from Johnny in Madtown. He's clearly too caffeinated this afternoon. You'd think we lost with everything he's arguing about. Only kidding, he says.
Oh, thank you.
He's thinking ahead to his appearance on the Big Show.
You got me on that one because I don't have any negativity in this game. That was Mike.
He's right about Marcus Jones. I've said it for weeks now. He's not a good cornerback, but is out there as a body that can at least play the position. I'd like to see him on offense more often than not. The return today exactly why. Give him the ball quick and watch him work.
I think Marcus Jones is, a slot corner, and that's
I think he's a good
he's a slot corner,
bracket
is
guy
absolutely right,
where
Mike.
he's part of a double team on a fast receiver.
Yeah.
To minimize damage.
This is I'm here for these kind of emails for Paul and Mike moving the goalpost from John so we get embarrassed in a Thursday night game. The talk was it wasn't a work ethic, but overmatched in talent. Now the defense doesn't get credit this game while they add Adams because Rodgers isn't good anymore. The one good game he had, as Paul says, was that very game he beat us.
Yep.
Also, sad to see Paul trying to argue the talent gap between Marcus Jones and Garrett Wilson. Shaking my head, giving me a 98.5 vibe.
I give him credit for playing better defense than they did last week.
Yeah. Sounded like it.
I did.
I thought they played better.
I don't know how many times I can say it, but no one wants to listen.
I thought they played better. I just didn't see an overwhelming, inspired effort from a team that took words from the head coach to heart and came out with something to prove. I saw a team that hung on, fought hard tooth and nail, which I kind of think they've done all season. It wasn't, to me, a night and day effort. So I think, yes, they played better.
I think you still have, visions of what it could have been. And this team, for that roster on defense, was maybe as good as they could be.
Yeah, when they get a team off the field, Mike, it's almost cause for celebration.
Well, I don't think it's quite that extreme. I mean, they started off okay. They forced some
That's
punts.
my only pushback is we've now accepted the fact that we can't stop anybody. So when we do stop them, we,
throw
it's a big deal.
It's good defense.
Yeah, especially with that talent.
I think it was fine today. I'm not as and I'm not killing you, Mike. I'm not as negative on it as Mike is.
Yeah. No, Mike's very sneaky negative, and today's not sneaking around.
But
He's outright negative.
I also I think you played a pedestrian team with a less than pedestrian offense, and you did better than you did last week.
They might be a pedestrian team. I don't think that's a pedestrian offense. In my opinion,
it's a less than pedestrian offense. The best part of the team is defense.
Justin in New Hampshire writes, Paul and Fred go from wanting to tear each other's head off to singing a spirited duet of Baby I Love Your Way in the span of 10 minutes.
You know why? Because it's just football.
I know.
It is supposed to be fun.
Right.
This is why I've listened for almost 20 years. Great
helmet
win,
to helmet
go Pats.
I don't know about you, but I am not going to be comfortable.
Nobody knows what you're talking about, Paul.
I'm going to explain it. I'm not going to be comfortable watching Bo Nix have to play anymore after that helmet-to-helmet hit that I just saw.
Like grabbing his head.
Looks like we're on our own. He's watching
the
plays from some other game.
There's not even red zone, by the way.
That's a terrific jingle.
Good song.
And unfortunately,
Nice
it's
job,
not even
Matt.
red zone.
Really
That's the worst
nice
part.
job. Really
But watch
nice
this,
job.
right? Ready? Boom. Head to head.
That's
not
wasn't
his
head to
forearm to
head.
head.
Oh my
His
God.
head hit him right in the head.
Stop it.
Are you kidding me?
That's not helmet to helmet.
No.
So do you think that Drake May wasn't helmet to helmet?
I said it wouldn't. I wouldn't have thrown a flag.
No. I didn't ask if it should be a flag.
It was helmet
I'm
to
asking
helmet.
if the helmet's hit.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the helmet's just hit on that. I wouldn't have called the flag either.
No.
He's a runner and he got hit in the head. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm a little queasy now. I don't know what's going to happen on this play.
All right. Florence Nightingale
He
over
handed
here.
the ball off.
Paul, it's a violent game.
Matt, the Patriots are. No, I was going to go to the quarterback press conference. The Patriots win 25-22. Let's hear from Jacoby Brissett, who authored the come from behind victory.
To win, I think that was the encompass of a lot of things throughout the season. Just hoping this is a snowball effect, and we start something special.
Alan Siegel on your left.
Jacoby, there have been other drives this year and late in the fourth quarter where things did not work out. Take us in the huddle for this final drive. What happened in terms of confidence and execution that allowed you to pull this drive up to get the win?
Yeah, I think it's guys just believing in each other, and taking it one play at a time. To start the drive, everybody's like, man, no matter what, just one play at a time, one play at a time. That was the message, before the 2 minutes started. And, when guys went out there and made plays and you kind of just black out and just play football after that.
Can you take us through the throw to Kayshawn at the end? Took a good shot to your lower half, it looked like. Did you know the hit was coming? And, what'd you see on that play?
No, I didn't. I didn't see it. Kayshawn made a great play. I felt like I underthrew it as soon as it came off my hand. I was like damn, that's the one. But he made an unbelievable play that we needed at that time, and the safety had tilted the opposite way away from the X, where Kayshawn was lined up, and he did the rest. I was a mere, speckle on the play.
Hey, Jacoby, through the first 7 games, there were 7 different offensive line starting combinations. And this was, I think, the second time that this group got a chance to play together to start a game. What were your thoughts watching them initially in terms, Jerod talked about body blows, even on 2-3 yard runs, applying body blows to the Jets defense. Did you see them coming off the ball in the start of this game a little bit differently? And what would you say overall about their performance today?
Yeah, you definitely saw the confidence build throughout the game. The Jets have a good D-line, and obviously getting Hassan back this week it was a boost for them. And those guys knew that they had a challenge, and you could see it. As I was in the game, you can see it as those guys, our guys, confidence starting to build and asking for plays on the sideline and buying into the plan and communicating. So I thought they did a hell of a job.
Jacoby, we could hear the celebration in the locker room echoing down the tunnel. Can you just take us through what it was like coming off the field into that locker room, having this is first win at home, 6 weeks since past 6 weeks haven't gone your way. What was it like coming into that locker room and sharing that environment with your teammates?
Yeah, it's exciting. Winning in the NFL is hard. I know y'all don't think that, but it's hard. And the guys have worked hard throughout the season, but going back to training camp, and we've been in a lull. Things haven't been going our way. But today the ball bounced our way, and to celebrate that and experience that with the guys. It's a great learning tool for young guys for one, but also for our team. It's just like if we just stay the course, stick with the process. And sometimes you get lucky enough and the ball bounces your way.
Jacoby, I know team first, but you didn't like being benched, which just no one does.
Yeah.
How does this feel for you personally to have a little bit of a redemption story here today and lead the team down the field?
I don't look at it as no redemption. I think this is a testament to me believing in myself and not y'all, and I'm very aware of that. And I was very fortunate that to have this opportunity and to go out there and and get a win. With our guys. It was it was sweet. You can't put it into words, but I'm not trying to be arrogant or nothing, but I'm very proud of myself today.
And Jacoby, also to that point, obviously getting benched isn't easy, but showing the resilience you did today, was there anything about maybe having that time? I know you're a really introspective guy, whether it was perspective or maybe just feeling a little healthier that helped you with that time compared to, actually getting in the game?
No, I was just, believing in myself, and sticking to what I know is right, and that I can play in this league is, I don't look at it as anything else but that, and like I said, just believing in myself and going out there and doing what I know I can do on a day in and day out process and basis, and these were the results.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
I know some real pillars have won the Media Good Guy Award in the past at the end of the year. Guys like Matt Judon, real good guy. If this guy doesn't win the Good Guy Award, there's something wrong. That's a nice thing to happen for a
Good
kid
for
like
him.
that.
No,
Yeah.
listen.
Nice story.
Yep.
Nice story.
He came as advertised. Good guy.
A real pro.
Proud of him.
Proud of him. I'm proud of him. Sure.
It's hard not to feel, and I'm being as serious as you can be. It's hard not to feel happy for him individually today, which is why I had him on my good list. I don't think his performance was otherworldly or anything like that, but
he stuck in there. He had some
tough
off throws, and he stuck with it. And
I didn't think he really had a lot of off throws.
He did.
I think he had a lot of drop passes.
The throw to Booty. There were guys all over his legs.
Absolutely.
When he threw that ball.
Yeah, it was a nice throw.
The way Phil Perry described it, I think is
Yeah.
accurate. There was a guy that was making him sort of step up, and he was going to have to throw the ball, and probably knew he was going to get hit.
I don't even think he had his base at that point.
And he just had to throw it, and it was good. And it wasn't perfect. He said he thought he underthrew it. It was good enough.
Yeah.
And I thought, they led more scoring drives today than they had previously in any game with him playing. So I think he did a great job.
And they're probably going to need him next week, I would anticipate.
That's
so.
what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
855-PATS-500, the TPX hotline. Let's go to Kevin in San Francisco, who's next on the Patriots postgame show. Hello, Kevin.
Hey guys, I gotta tell you, we won this game because the Jets coaching staff is that much worse than ours, and that's saying a lot. How do you get a delay of game penalty on a 2-point conversion? I've never seen that before.
Well, guy's just his second year in the league, so you got to cut him
but to
some
his
slack.
point, 2 point, you go in with a play.
Yeah.
It's not like you're figuring it out.
It is coaching. He's
yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's right.
So when they rip on Mayo and all these young guys like Covington and whatever that haven't done this before, let's just go to some people that have done it before, and they stink like crap.
Well, this guy
Yeah,
hasn't
but
done it
Urlacher
before.
hasn't done it before, has he?
No, he's never done it.
And he looked
It was his
bewildered.
third game.
Yeah.
Oh, they were through all their timeouts like in the first quarter.
They used 3 timeouts in 1 quarter.
Right. Kevin, very good call. An excellent point on that. I think the
First
Jets
quarter.
coaching staff was
I-
overmatched.
I thought that they had some individual times today where they did not.
Pre-snap penalties, which I
They
think
did
is
not
a
handle
product of
themselves
coaching.
well.
You know, Larry in New Hampshire, you're next on the Patriots postgame show. Hello, Larry.
You got to hang up with Kevin first.
I did hang up with him.
Hello, Larry.
Hello, Larry. Larry, hello.
Lawrence.
Hey.
Dubuque.
How's it going?
Hey. Good, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Yeah, all right.
Good, how about you?
How's the kids?
Hey, yeah, I'm doing great. Hey, I was just wondering, I was just looking at the toughness in the first quarter versus the toughness in the second quarter. And I just want to know if you guys think that, this might be an excuse to play Jacoby in the future, or if it might be a learning curve for Drake May and the team moving forward.
I don't quite understand.
If Drake May is healthy, he'll play.
Yeah. But is he saying that they weren't as tough when May was in there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Fred. Yeah.
Okay.
As
they were
determined
kinda
how,
up and down
Larry, did you
regardless
see?
of
What, give me an
what the
example of
quarterback
where you saw a lack of toughness when Drake May was in the game.
I just saw them relying on the quarterback a lot more.
Ah. I don't know. I do wonder, though, had May
thanks for the call, Larry.
I do wonder if May had kept playing, would the Jets have played defense differently than they did when Brissett was in? I don't know.
Would they adjusted to his mobility a
Yeah,
little bit?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
Yeah, either that or Drake May might have rushed for 100 yards in this game because
Yeah.
I thought that they had a lot of lack of discipline in
Yes.
their pass rush
Yes.
in the game. They didn't blitz a lot, which I was also surprised at because it was so successful in the first game. They didn't really go after the quarterback at all in the game.
Weren't you surprised they didn't blitz Brissett?
Both.
Yeah.
Both guys. I think they probably figured that they wouldn't need to. They watched the games and probably felt they could get pressure conventionally. But I thought there were some times on some third downs that I expected them to heat them up, and they really didn't. But I mean, I give Brissett credit on the field goal drive. To me, was even more impressive. It was like these third downs.
Yeah.
That I think he had like 3 of them.
Yep.
That they had to convert. It was like 3rd and 12.
Hunter Henry.
You know, the one to Hunter Henry, and then the one to Thornton that Matt talked about earlier in the show.
Yep.
I thought Brissett did a really nice job in this game, and I'm not looking to pick a fight. I don't think he had a lot of errant throws. I think the incomplete passes for the most part were drops.
No.
He overshot Demario Douglas on the last drive on an out. I don't think that was a really bad throw.
I think he had
it's
three. He had 3 off throws,
and he had one that he put way over. I think either Hooper or Henry's head early in the last drive.
I thought the decision to go to Hooper in the end zone, who was covered, was a really that one he got lucky on.
Yeah.
I thought a little
Put
bit.
the
I thought
ball
the
up
decision
on.
was
that was almost a deflection.
I didn't like that
deflection
decision
pick.
at all.
Sauce was in the area there.
He's not the guy. If I'm going to throw a fade or something like that, he's not the guy that I'm looking to throw it to.
Boy, when Thornton finally got that pass in some space, you were like, "Run, Forrest!"
I know. Don't
Right.
die. Little tidbit, maybe the only interesting to me, but as of this moment, there's 7 teams in the AFC with 2 wins or less. 7, almost half the teams in the AFC.
This is
2
the point
wins
that
or
I was
less.
making earlier in the week. Like this whole murderer's row schedule, it was the hardest schedule in the league heading in. It hasn't worked out that way. They've played a lot of wretchedly bad teams so far, and Like even the good team, quote unquote, that they played is below 500, San Francisco. So the Jets have 2 wins. The Bengals lost
Miami.
again today. They're
Right.
3-5. Miami has 2 wins.
What the Titans have just
one?
One.
Yeah. Is it possible, Paul? The league is down, and I'm being dead serious about that.
I just think that
There's
the
a couple of
teams
good
that they're
teams.
playing are down. I think Kansas City looks good. Baltimore lost again
They
today,
lost
but they
today.
look good. They haven't played Buffalo yet. That's the only team in the division that looks like it has a pulse.
Yeah.
And they haven't played them yet. They played the other 2.
So you're saying there's a path for the Patriots?
No.
Oh.
11-6. An early
I think,
emailer had
I
that
think he
pegged.
was suggesting that.
I wasn't.
Are they in second place right now? What's the tiebreaker
Imagine
situation?
if they could be 11-6.
They're in third.
What's the? They're in third place.
They are in third. Yeah.
Even by tiebreakers.
They got the tiebreaker. Well, Jacksonville's got it over them, but right
no,
now
I'm
they got
talking
that over
about the division.
them.
Jacksonville pushed Green Bay today, I thought. Green Bay needed like a late field goal to get out of there.
Jordan
with a win
Love got
today,
hurt
right?
in that game. And missed.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah.
I think they had a big lead, and he got hurt, and then they had to hold on.
They still got Miami at second. I don't know if that's because they're 2-5 as opposed to 2-6, but yeah.
Oh, that's a better record. That's true.
So they've had their bye week.
But I don't know who has the tie. I mean, I know obviously the Patriots beat Miami lost to Miami head to head, but I don't know if it was a 3-way tie. I don't know who would have been.
So
not that it matters.
are you guys this week going to get blowing the first overall pick calls Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday?
Oh, no, I
probably get one or
I
two.
hope not.
Yeah.
I don't want the first overall pick. I just think it's.
I don't think we'll
Yeah,
get
for us, it
No.
doesn't really matter.
No,
as long as you're in the top 5, I think you're good.
Unless you had a real generational quarterback that you think a team. I just worry about getting stuck with the first overall pick and not being able to do all the things that I think they need to do. So I'd like to avoid the first overall.
Like
pick
if there, like you said, if there was that one quarterback, then having the first pick now is
right.
valuable.
Then you're playing people off,
Right.
But now it's. I mean, a lot of. I just.
Would you be afraid that they wouldn't be able to move it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think there's value in having it. I mean, not irrelevant to this discussion. I'm just saying, if you're asking me, I can have it or not. I'll take it.
Yeah.
But even though they have a quarterback, I'd still rather be picking as high as I could.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I just feel like if you were like at 4. You're going to have some things fall ahead, so then maybe you can even trade that if you want. Or, I've seen some of the mocks where they have like Travis Hunter, but Travis Hunter is a cornerback being drafted first overall, which, we can get into debate about what position that guy plays, but it just seems like there's not an easy slam dunk kind of fit for the Patriots, like unless you believe Travis Hunter is going to be a number 1 weapon, then that's what you want to do. I think that there's an argument to be made there, but otherwise, really, like the late 10s are going to be where the tackles. And some people don't even consider them tackles anymore, and some of those edge players are going to be that I think they need.
I would not feel good about drafting a guy number 1 overall who's 170 pounds.
Yeah,
I mean that's.
And I mean he's dynamic. I mean he's a dynamic player, but if you're going to take a receiver at that point, you want him to be like Marvin Harrison Jr. Right?
Correct.
Like he's got that body type.
Yep.
He can kind of do everything at least on paper before you take him.
All right, let's recap a good day of football here for the New England Patriots. They beat the New York Jets 25-22. I don't know. Did anybody pick them? Did anybody pick them this week?
I picked them to beat the spread.
Same here, but you didn't pick them to win.
Nope.
So, that's really good. And I think it's going to demonstrate a little confidence for them. Maybe they got something here. Maybe if they do listen to their coaching, maybe if they do take it and practice well and things like that, good things will happen. They're certainly going into a good environment, I think, next week. That crowd is going to be against the home team. They gave up a 50-burger today. So there's an opportunity, whether Brissett's playing or May's playing, they've got an opportunity in Nashville next Sunday.
It's like when I play tennis. You go for every ball because you never know. Just keep it in play. You never know what the other guy might do.
It's an interesting analogy. I don't think I would have gone that way.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be favored next week.
They should be.
They're going. Well, I don't know if they should
I
be,
don't know
but
about
they're
that.
going to.
Do you really think they're going to be favored?
I do.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, if May plays, yes. I don't know if Brissett plays. It might be like
It might be a
pick 'em.
It might be off the board
Right,
because
could
of
be.
the injury.
Right.
How long will the May decision take? Like if he's in the if he's not practicing Wednesday, I would say he's probably out if he's not practicing Wednesday.
I would
right?
say probably.
See, I think
right.
he can get out of the protocol at any time.
Yeah.
I think concussions are different. Like
Yeah.
it's a matter of clearing protocol.
Yeah.
And
But how long does the protocol take?
Well, you have to.
Don't you have to be like 48 hours after it?
Symptom free,
Right.
And then they ramp it up. And
Right.
then, it's
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a process.
It's a protocol.
Yeah.
I think the question, though,
it's a
is
protocol, if you will.
Yeah.
if he's able to get out of the protocol, what if he doesn't get out till Friday? Are you at a point with his career that you want to put him in there
It's a great
with
point.
only a little bit of practice, or do you say, look, this is about the long-term future of the franchise. Let's protect him and put
It's
Brissett in.
a great.
I smell
great
the main storyline on Patriots Unfiltered this week, Michael.
And there it is.
All right. Well, the Patriots win today, 25-22. Good day here in Foxborough for everybody involved. Matt Lapien, Matt Morrell, Chris Judge, Paul Perillo, Fred Kirsch, Mike Dussault. I'm Matt Smith. Good win for the Patriots today. Next week, they're on the road when they take on the Tennessee Titans. Have a good night, everybody.
Proud of them.
Thank you for downloading this podcast. Subscribe on Apple, Google Play, and everywhere else you listen. Like the show? Please rate and review us. Listener comments and ratings help keep us high in the podcast rankings so new listeners can find us. Be sure to check Patriots.com for more news and more podcasts.